Welcome to the Mystery Recap. Today, I am going to explain a movie named The Witches. At the beginning of the film, we see a small child. And his parents are dead. So he started leading a sad life. So he comes to his grandmother. And his name is Sam. But he used to live in shock remembering his parents. His grandmother was very affectionate and kind. And she took great care of that boy. But even here he was not happy. His grandmother tells him, "I will bring you a pet. Play with it and make friends with it. Share your thoughts with him." After this, his grandmother gifted him a mouse within a few days. And the boy was very excited to find that mouse. He used to spend most of his time with him. He always used to tell his grandmother that, "Grandma, rats live their lives happily. They jump in and continue to play in their cages." One day, the boy is playing with the mouse in his room. A witch is staring at him from outside. The sight of that witch was strange. After this, the condition of Hero Boy's grandmother also starts deteriorating. But she recovers after a while. She tells Hero Boy, "Come, my son. Let's go out." Then they go to a shop for shopping. There a woman approaches Hero Boy as he moves a short distance from his grandmother. She was actually a witch. She gives chocolates to a Hero Boy. She was the same witch who was watching their house that day. She tells Hero Boy, "Dear child, come here." She was hypnotizing him, who also had a mysterious snake. Meanwhile, Hero Boy's grandmother comes to meet him. Seeing her, Hero Boy starts running towards her grandmother. And that witch quickly disappears from there. Hero Boy comes home and tells his grandmother, "Grandma, that lady was mysteriously talking to me in the store. She was forcibly giving me chocolates. And she was saying, 'Come to me.'" He also had a snake. So his grandmother tells him, "My son, she was a witch. Why do we tell you not to eat anything from strangers? Because someone can also mix intoxication in it. Above all, she could also be a witch. She will surely woo you. Let me tell you the story of my childhood. I was 10 years old. I have a friend too. We were going somewhere. Suddenly my friend disappeared from there. And a strange woman was giving him chocolates when I caught sight of him. She was a witch. It would be better to say that she was the leader of the witches. So I left the place with my friend. And the next day, while my mother was making a tail of my hair, I saw in front of my eyes that my friend turned into a chicken. It means that the witch cursed him. It's also possible that there was something in the chocolate he ate. That's why I keep myself away from the witch since childhood. And you next time stay away from him and don't take anything from him. And notify me as soon as someone comes to you." And Hero Boy's grandmother tells him, "My son, we will leave this place soon. Because our house has come under the eyes of witches." And she first attacks the lower class people. There was a hotel next to his house. And Grandma had a cousin who was the executive cook at that hotel. And he was close to the hotel manager. And after telling him, she reserves a small room for him. This means that the manager of the hotel was a man of good heart. And Dottie and a Hero Boy shift to that hotel. They can go wherever they want. But a strange incident happens there. At first sight, many witches enter that hotel. Because they have a gathering, and after that they have to have a wonderful dinner. All the witches were so modish. They meet the manager arriving there. And they say to him, "You know who we are. So arrange a hall for our meeting." Actually, their plan is to kidnap all the kids. Otherwise we will give them chocolate with the magic formula. and eating them all the children will become animals. Because according to him, children are very badly behaved. And they don't deserve to live in this world. Now we don't have enough time to investigate crooked children. So we will all suffer children. It's night now and a hero boy is talking to his grandmother. It is raining outside. Hero boy asks grandma, "What do witches look like?" His grandmother tells him that his fingers are long. His nails are dirty. That's why they wear gloves. They are bald, so they use wigs or big hats. And hearing these things, hero boy was very scared. Because there was a storm coming. Now it's morning time. Hero boy was sad. So he goes to the grand hall and takes his mouse to play. At the same time, all the witches reach there to gather. And feeling scared, hero boy hides himself there. But Grand High Witch starts to smell him. But she doesn't find him anywhere. So she starts their meeting. Now all the witches were sitting on the chairs. And first there was a Grand High Witch. She shows them a potion and calls it a magic formula. And they say that if you put a drop of it in candy or chocolate, that candy will transform into animals, impressing the kids. It will have an effect. She begins to elaborate on it in more detail. Then he smells of a hero boy again. She starts smelling the stage. At this point his nose and face looked disgusting and ridiculous. In the end, she was the Grand High Witch. So she lifts the stage and throws it aside. But there is no one under the stage. But behind it was a ventilator window, where he meets hero boy. She starts to catch him. Then there comes a huge child who was the son of a guest there. And all the witches move towards him and catch him. Those people were fond of eating him. The witches are satisfied as she trapped him without any difficulty. And they give him the same chocolate to eat, in which the medicine was mixed. And that child quickly turns into a little mouse after eating that chocolate. Now seeing that mouse, the witch herself also starts getting scared. And they're about to crush the mouse under their shoes, just when the mouse next to a hero boy comes out of the ventilator window and takes him inside. But hero boy had made a mistake by doing so. Because all the witches catch him as soon as he catches him. Then they put a drop of that magical liquid in his ear. As a result, even a hero boy has turned into a mouse. Now the heavy kids and the hero boy rats immediately run away. He is also accompanied by a pet mouse of hero boy. It is then revealed that she was a small child. And the witch had turned him into a mouse by giving him chocolate. And the three of them become friends. And they say, "We will definitely take revenge on these witches." Hero boy immediately goes to his grandmother and he tells her, "Witches had turned us into rats." She says, "I will not leave these witches. They turn my kids into rats. I will take revenge on them." Now the hero boy says to his grandmother, "Interestingly, the room in which these witches live, its ceiling is visible from the ceiling of our room." Then grandma makes a plan and says, "I am knitting a sock. I will put you in it and get you down. You can steal his magic liquid and rise to the top. And I will make you human again." So she does the same. Grandma put her grandson hero boy in that sock. Then she starts going down. Hero boy is scared of the witch, but he is not there then. And picking up that potion, hero boy returns to the sock. But the witch catches a glimpse of her when her grandmother is pulling on the sock. And she holds the sock firmly. Then hero boy's grandmother says, "Skip it, it fell down by me while I was knitting this sock. So I'm pulling it up again." He says, "How can this happen?" Then she's gonna check the sock. And seeing this, she could kill the hero boy a mouse. Meanwhile, the manager arrives, so she leaves the sock. Now Grandma had got that medicine upstairs. He poured the liquid into the plate and placed the 3 rats one by one. But that doesn't affect the magic liquid. Because that medicine can turn a man into an animal, but it cannot turn an animal into a man. Hero boy says, "Grandma, we can't heal, so why don't we put this potion in the witch's soup they're going to take? Anyway, you can go to the kitchen." Dottie says, "Wow, children. What a wonderful idea you have come up with." Then she takes these 3 rats in her bag and goes to that kitchen, where witch's soup is being prepared. And she puts that potion in it. Just then the hotel manager meets Dottie. He asks, "Are these rats yours? If these are your pets, then they should not be taken into the kitchen. You have done this dirty act." Then Dottie says, "These are not my rats, check everything." And Grandma has hidden those rats in the corner of her bag. And the manager did not find rats anywhere while checking his room and belongings. So she feels embarrassed. Then Dottie says, "I will complain to you. How to check someone's room without reason? Watch now. The police will seal your hotel." And that manager gets scared and says, "Forgive me. You can have dinner on my behalf. I apologize you." Then Dottie succeeds in her plan. And he also goes to eat. Then the time comes for those witches to eat. Those witches had prepared that soup only for themselves. And it was going to be good that they would eat this soup and turn into Sue. At first sight, all the witches turn into rats as soon as they drink the soup. Dottie is feeling happy seeing them. And Grandma herself and all the hotel staff start killing rats. But unfortunately, the Grand High Witch had not yet tasted the soup. Therefore, she does not turn into a rat. Then 3 rats laid a trap. They cleverly trapped the witch's finger. And those witches started screaming, and they immediately put that medicine in his mouth. Now he too has become a mouse. But she was transferred to a bigger rat than the other rats. And Grandmother ties it in a glass cup. Then Grandma puts the cat in front of the witch's cage. Now, Grandma comes out of the hotel putting 3 rats in her bag. Because she was no longer in danger of witches. She could even live in her own home. It is seen outside that the parents of the heavy child are quite upset. "Where has our son gone?" But his mother was very bad. She never loved her son. And when his son is talking in the voice of a mouse, she is scared, saying, "Keep it with you, I am not going to take it." That mouse also says, "Okay. I have found my friends. Thank you for getting rid of them." Now Grandma brings 3 rats with her. And she gives them food. The 3 rats were happy with their lives and their new friends. And Grandmother took full care of them. Interestingly, 3 of those rats never wanted to be humans. They used to run, jump, play, and enjoy. And Grandma used to feel satisfied seeing them. And the film ends here with a happy ending.